compound interest. Now what compound interest is, it's an interest on top of an interest. So say you invest $100 and then you make interest the first month. On the second month, you not only earn interest on the first $100, but also on the interest that you made from the first month. And so that's what I mean when I say interest on interest. It accumulates more rapidly than simple interest does. Depending. It just depends. Now this is a formula we're going to use. A equals P, 1 plus R over N to the NT. This finds the total amount of money that includes principal and interest. Now this formula finds the principal only. So this one finds the total amount, and this one finds the principal. But they all have the same variables. A is the total amount, P is the principal, R is the interest rate as a decimal, N is the number of compounding periods in a year, and T is time. So let's talk about the N for now. Daily. For daily, we're going to use 365, but your book may say 360, so whatever the book says, go with that. Weekly is 12 weeks, or not 12. Some people don't know this. There are 52 weeks in a year. Monthly, there's 12 months in a year. Quarterly is 4 quarters in a dollar, 4 quarters in a year. Semi-annually, that's twice a year, and then annually is once. So those are all the numbers you're going to be using. So here we go. Let's do some examples. We're going to find the amount of money in account if $100 is invested, that's your principal, for 4 years, which is T. 3.9% is 0.039, that's your R. Monthly, and that's 12. So let's use the formula. A equals P 1 plus R over N to the NT power. And P is 100. R is 0.039. N is 12. And T, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a dot for times. Times 4. And the only question that remains is, can you find the answer from your calculator? So here we go. Graphing calculator is easier, so I'm going to do it first. So type in, I'm using the TI-83 now. So 100 parentheses, I'm going to type in the exact same way I would say it. 1 plus 0.039 divided by 12, close, exponent. Now here's where it comes a little tricky. If you want to go ahead and do 12 times 4 is 48 and type in 48, that's fine. If you don't want to, you can put that exponent in parentheses. If you want the calculator to do all the thinking for you. So make sure you do that. Either use 48 or use parentheses. And you get 116.85. It's always 2 decimal places unless you're told otherwise. Now, for a scientific calculator, you really have to do the 48. Got that? So you got to do that first. Get that out of the way. 12 times 4. 48. Then you work inside parentheses first. Do division. Division comes for addition. So 0.039 divided by 12 plus 1 equals. And then use the exponent key and raise that to 48 because exponents come after exponents, or after parentheses I mean. And then times that by 100. And that multiplication is the last thing you do in this problem. Same thing. So rewind this video if you need to. Back it up. And which way I did, I'll do it again with the next couple of problems or so. Same type of problem. Find the amount of money in account. $2,500 is invested for 9 years. 2.8%. Semi-annually is twice a year. Using the same formula. Throw in the numbers. Take out your calculator. See what happens. 2,500 parentheses 1 plus 0.028 divided by 2 raised to, if you want to go ahead and just do the 18, that's fine. It's even easier in this case. And we get 3210.87. Let's bring up our scientific. We know that 2 times 9 is 18. So 0.028 divided by 2 plus 1 equals raised to the 18th power times 2500. Same thing, which is always good. Now this last example, you're asked to find how much money should be invested. That's the P. To have 10,000 at the end of 10 years, that's the final amount. That's your T. If the principal is earning 4.1%, which is 0.041, compounded quarterly, which is 4. So we're going to use the other formula that has A divided by 1 plus over n to the nt power, and that formula was given to you. See that? A over 1 plus over n to the nt power. A is 10,000. 1 plus R, which is 0.041 over n raised to the 4 times t, which is 10. So can we get the answer from our calculator this time? Sure we can. 10,000 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus 0.041 divided by 4, close, raised to the, I don't want to think, so 4 times 10, close. And then we invest 6716.53. Let's take out our scientific calculator. Looks like I'm going to do the bottom part first, and that's a 40. So let's do 0.041 divided by 4 plus 1 equals raised to the 40th power equals, and I really like to save that, but I don't know if I can on this calculator. I can do, or what if I do this? You can write all that down if you want to, or save it somehow. What if I do this? This is reciprocal. It's going to flip it over. Times it by 10,000. Yeah. See that little trick I did? I just moved that from there, from the bottom to the top. That's what that button does. I guess, and that x to negative 1 does the same thing too. So look for something like that. Unless you just want to write it all down. Either way is fine. And I think that was the last example. Yep.